I'm gonna show you the hiring frameworks I wish I had 5 years ago before we helped over 700 companies hire top-tier talent and built a system that places over 50 people every single month. Most entrepreneurs think it's all about sales, offers, and marketing. But the truth, you don't need more, you need better people. And you need to know how to bring them into your business the right way. Here's the crazy part. Most founders are stuck in hustle culture because no one ever taught them how to build a real team. They waste months on bad hires, burn themselves out, and they barely grow. So in this video, I'm gonna fix it. I'll walk you through the exact system we use to help fast-growing businesses find, filter, and fully integrate A players into their team. If this is your first time here, I'm the co-founder of Latinos. We help founders buy back their time and scale back by building remote teams that actually work. Most founders are making one of 3 big hiring mistakes. And the third one is the one that kills your business slowly. I'll break down all 3 in just a second, especially that third one that most people don't even realize is silently hurting their growth. And guys, here's the thing. People think hiring is all about resumes and interviews, and it's not. It's about systems, psychology, and culture. That's why we broke down our entire process into 3 core phases. Find, filter, integrate. If you miss even one, the whole thing falls apart. And that's exactly why most people end up with B players, or worst of all, doing everything themselves. Let's start with find, because this is where 90% of people mess up before even the interview. Most entrepreneurs are using job boards or referrals and are praying for talent to show up. And while some of that can potentially work, most of it will not work, and it's a big waste of time. The best people, they're not on these job boards. They're not looking for jobs because the best people are currently employed. You have to go find them themselves. And this is why we've built sourcing funnels that attract A players before anyone even sees them. And you can do this yourself by crafting a powerful and influential LinkedIn account and going to do the hunting yourself. But keep in mind, this is gonna take a lot of time, a lot of energy, and ultimately, this is gonna take away from the main core of your business. And now, there is a sourcing hack we use, and that gets us top talent early. I'll show you what it is in just a minute. But first, let's talk about filters. Filtering is about saving your time and energy. Our goal is to spot winners early, fast, and without wasting too much time on interviews. We use async video questions, AI tools, and different personality and skill tests. And here's the key. We have one question we ask on every single interview, no matter the position. And this question has to be framed correctly because it's going to tell you a lot about this person's ego, about this person's confidence, and it's going to tell you a lot about their self-esteem. Now hear me out. This question has to be framed correctly because if you don't do this right, it's not going to be as powerful. Here's how you ask this question. Mr. Interviewee, based on your resume, you have the exact skill sets we're looking for. You have the experience we look for. You sound sharp. You sound hungry. You sound motivated. You cross off almost every single box that we're looking for. Why should we not hire you? This one question has led me to make and not make specific hires. Because if someone answers this question in a very egocentric way and they are not coachable, I will never take a chance on them. I don't mind someone with confidence. I don't mind someone that has high self-esteem and high, again, confidence in themselves. What I do mind is if they think they're perfect, if they think they're untouchable, if they think they know everything. That is a problem, and that is not okay. Now, before we go into integration, I promised you one way of how we constantly find A players. And again, it's not on job boards, and it is on LinkedIn. And I already told you to create a powerful, influential LinkedIn, and you can check out Ramon Latino's LinkedIn page or even my LinkedIn page to get a little bit more reference. The next thing is to run ads. If you're not spending at least $300 to $500 per month to acquire talent, you're doing it wrong. Now, obviously, you can partner with a company like Latinos and we will do the entire process for you. But if you want to learn to do the process yourself, running meta ads on Facebook and Instagram has been a complete game changer for us. We're not spending more than $2,000 to $3,000 a month. Now, obviously, the reason we spend that much is because we're a recruiting company, but we're getting leads at times for as low as 10 cents. That is crazy. Our highest cost per lead was about $1.50, and we immediately made some changes. And at this point, what we started doing is we started filtering these people by creating a very strict application process once they actually give us their basic information. And from then we decide on what steps to do with them, again, depending on the role and depending on what the client is looking for, because everything we do is very customized for the client. Integration. This is where most teams drop the ball. You finally hire someone great, but they get tossed into the deep end with no clear process. And a month later, they're either gone or underperforming. We've redefined our onboarding into a plug and play document plus feedback loop that builds trust and ownership from day one. And I'll share the onboarding mistake that cost one of our clients over $10,000 in under 30 days and how we fixed it before this video ends. Now, most people think their bottleneck is leads or sales or marketing. But if you don't have the right people in the right seats, none of that stuff matters. You can't scale with the wrong team. So if you're tired of hiring the wrong people, or worse, doing everything yourself, it's time to fix that. Now, I want to tell you guys about this onboarding mistake our client made. So number one, our client only did the onboarding call with us. Now, we have an onboarding call that we do with every single one of our partners. It's a very detailed onboarding. However, we always suggest to do their own separate onboarding that is much more detailed than ours, because ours is very general, that goes towards all businesses, whether you're in medical space or real estate space or lawyer space, it doesn't matter. You should have a specific onboarding that lays out the step-by-step of the company and the role. So number one, this client did not do that. Number two, the client, the day after the onboarding, did no training and did no accountability calls or training calls and put this person on the phones on their first day. Here's the worst part. The leads that this candidate was calling, they were warm leads that the client was paying for through paid ads. However, although this candidate was great, he was an A player in our data, he had no prior experience in this industry. So with little to no training, he was put on calls with warm leads. So the client ended up spending thousands of dollars, and this candidate only booked a few appointments when the expectation was 20 booked appointments for the week. And this dragged on for too long. And the client then came to us and was like, hey guys, this is not working out. This candidate's not doing everything. And when we went back and tracked what happened after the onboarding, we realized, number one, they didn't have their own onboarding. Number two, they didn't know training. Number three, there was no shadow calls. Number four, there was no role play. And number five, you let this person take calls way too fast. Let them earn it. Because once they're dialing, there's no going back. Now, of course, they're gonna make mistakes and things are not gonna be perfect. But if you just throw them into the wolves, you're doing the wrong thing. And this is why we help you find A players from the start, but we also highly suggest having everything that we have laid out in terms of our resources to make sure that the hire works out. Because at the end of the day, if you hire someone and like I mentioned earlier, you put them on the wrong seat, or even worse, you give them no resources, no training, no accountability, you're setting them up to fail. And guys, you can do all of this by yourself. You can spend a lot of time, energy, and prayer that things work out. However, the best businesses in the world invest into shortcuts and invest into hiring the best people. This is what we've been able to do at Latinos for the last 4 years. We've hired over 1,000 people. We've worked with hundreds of different businesses, and we're looking to partner with people that are looking to bring in their own talent, that are wanting to scale fast, and ultimately want to live a fulfilled life. If that's you, head over to remotelatinos.com or click the link in my description and book a call with our team so we can find out exactly what your needs and wants are and ultimately connect with you on what you're looking to hire. Thank you so much for watching the video. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Os.